If you just binged the first 4 episodes of Bridgerton Season 4, Part 1, which dropped on January 29th, 2026, you probably noticed something major. Anthony and Kate Bridgerton are completely absent. This is the story of why one of the show's most beloved couples disappeared from half a season, what the show told us happened to them, and when we'll actually see them again. The show didn't just pretend Anthony and Kate don't exist, and they addressed it right in the premiere episode, though you had to be paying attention because it happens in a pretty subtle way through the household staff at Bridgerton House. Mrs. Wilson, the housekeeper played by Geraldine Alexander, mentions to the other servants that she's glad the Viscountess had her baby in India, and then a housemaid named Celia, played by Sophie Lamont, responds that she cannot wait to meet the little heir when they returned. Anthony and Kate are in India, they had a baby boy, and they're coming back at some point, which is literally all we get in those first 4 episodes. For dedicated Bridgerton fans, this shouldn't come as a complete shock because the storyline was actually set up way back in Season 3 when Anthony suggested to Kate that they should travel to her hometown in India so their baby would know that they are a Sharma as well as a Bridgerton. The sentiment honors Kate's heritage and shows how much Anthony has grown as a character, but having them gone for an entire half season feels like a big deal. When you look at what both Jonathan Bailey and Simone Ashley have been doing over the past few years, the real-world reasons for their absence become pretty clear. And honestly, it's kind of amazing that the show managed to work around their schedules at all. Bailey's schedule has been absolutely packed because he filmed both Wicked movies as Fiyero, and the production timeline for those films ran from December 2022 all the way to January 2024, though there was an interruption in July 2023 because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Wicked Part 1 came out on November 22, 2024, and Wicked for Good released on November 21, 2025, which meant Bailey was committed to one of the biggest musical franchises of the decade. In 2023, Bailey described just how insane his schedule had become, filming in Toronto on Friday, doing Bridgerton on Saturday, and then rehearsing Wicked choreography on Sunday. And that's not a sustainable schedule for anyone, let alone someone carrying major roles in multiple high-profile productions. Fellow Travelers, the Showtime series that came out in 2023, wasn't his only other project either, because he's got Jurassic World Rebirth coming in 2025, and he's already committed to performing in Sunday in the Park with George in London in summer 2027 with Ariana Grande. Simone Ashley's schedule tells a similar story because she filmed F1 the movie with Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem, which released in summer 2025. But the really significant scheduling conflict was The Devil Wears Prada 2. That production began filming on June 30th, 2025, and Ashley didn't wrap until October 17th, 2025, with the movie set to release on May 1st, 2026, and her role rumored to be Miranda's new assistant. She's also been cast in Picture This and This Tempting Madness, which means her calendar has been packed. Bridgerton Season 4 filmed from May 2024 all the way through June 2025, wrapping on June 20th, 2025. And that means Ashley's Devil Wears Prada filming, which started on June 30th, was happening right as Bridgerton was wrapping up. You can see why she couldn't be in every episode when the timelines overlap like that. The show had to make a choice between recasting the roles, which would have been a disaster for fan reception, or writing the characters out entirely, which would have felt wrong given how central Anthony is to the Bridgerton family, or doing exactly what they did by sending them to India with a reasonable in-story explanation and bringing them back when both actors had availability. And here's the good news. They are coming back. During the Bridgerton Season of Love fan celebration in February 2025, showrunner Jess Brownell made it official and confirmed that both Bailey and Ashley are returning for Part 2. Her exact words were that they've got Anthony returning, Johnny Bailey, which they're very excited about, and she reveals for the first time that they also have Simone Ashley returning, which means Canthony will be together again, and we will get to be seeing more of their marital bliss and seeing their baby as well. According to IMDb, both actors appear in the final episode of Season 4, and a trailer preview showed a quick shot of the couple lying on a bed with their child, giving fans a glimpse of what's to come when Part 2 drops on February 26, 2026. Jonathan Bailey himself talked about his return in an interview with Good Morning America back in August 2024, saying he was filming a wedding on a Monday morning and mentioning that as the elder brother, he's going to be there to support the youngsters. He confirmed he had a couple of weeks etched out for the filming, which gives us some sense of how much we'll actually see them. What's interesting about all of this is how it reflects the changing nature of television production in the streaming era, especially for ensemble shows with breakout stars, because Bridgerton launched Jonathan Bailey and Simone Ashley into a different level of fame. Bailey's performance in Fellow Travelers earned him critical acclaim. His role in Wicked put him in one of the biggest musical franchises of the decade, and Ashley is now working with Brad Pitt and stepping into the Devil Wears Prada universe. This show created stars, and now those stars have opportunities that make scheduling a challenge, which is a good problem to have in a way, but it does mean that the show has to be flexible about how it uses its ensemble cast. Season 4 focuses on Benedict Bridgerton's love story, which means having Anthony and Kate off-screen for the first half makes narrative sense because it allows the show to give Benedict the spotlight without having to juggle too many storylines. When Anthony and Kate do return for Part 2, their appearance will probably feel more special because we haven't seen them for 4 episodes, and there's something to be said for the way the show explained their absence. Sending them to India to have their baby isn't just a convenient plot device because it's a continuation of Anthony's character growth and his commitment to honoring Kate's heritage, showing that their relationship is strong enough that they can make these big decisions together. Their child has a connection to both sides of their family from the very beginning, and the fact that they had a boy, making him the heir to the Bridgerton title, carries weight from a Regency-era storytelling perspective because it means the Bridgerton line is secure, which would have been a major concern for a family of that status and time period. We don't know exactly how much screen time Anthony and Kate will get in Part 2 because Bailey mentioned having a couple of weeks for filming, which could translate to anywhere from a few scenes to a substantial subplot. Brownell specifically mentioned we'll see their marital bliss and their baby, which sounds like they'll have at least a few meaningful moments, rather than just a quick cameo. There's also the question of whether this will set a precedent for future seasons, because if Bridgerton continues for Season 5 and beyond, and if the show keeps focusing on different siblings each season, we might see more rotating absences as actors pursue other projects. The show has already demonstrated that it can write around actor availability while maintaining the integrity of the story, which matters for the long-term health of the series. What's clear is that the showrunners value these characters and these actors enough to work around their schedules rather than simply writing them out or recasting them, and that's a testament to how important Anthony and Kate's relationship has been to the show's success. Their romance in Season 2 was one of the most popular storylines in Bridgerton history, and the show recognizes that fans want to see them together, even if it can't be in every episode. If you're disappointed that Anthony and Kate aren't in Part 1, you only have to wait until February 26th to see them again. And honestly, given how packed both actors' schedules have been, the fact that they're returning at all is something to celebrate. The absence of Anthony and Kate in Bridgerton Season 4 Part 1 comes down to a combination of thoughtful storytelling and practical reality, where the show gave them a meaningful reason to be away that honors their characters and their relationship. The actors have been building incredible careers that have taken them to major film franchises and prestige projects, and the showrunners found a way to balance all of that while still bringing Canthony back for the fans who love them. When a show creates breakout stars, you have to share them with the rest of the world, but at least in this case, we know they're coming back, baby in tow, ready to show us more of the love story that captured so many hearts.